Okay, so I'm Alan, and I'm here to give you an early holiday present. And I'm going to teach you how to play lead guitar in 20 minutes. No, I am not bullshitting you. I'm being perfectly straight and honest with you. And I'm going to do that by explaining to you things that weren't explained to me, or likely were not explained to most people before they even picked up a guitar. Okay? So let's just jump in right with that. And I'm telling you, if you do what I say and take this seriously, you will be able to jam lead to any song. How, pray tell, can I make such a bold statement like that? Well, it's like this. What you need to understand about the guitar before you do anything is have a base foundation. And that foundation is like this. Let's start with the strings. As you can tell, there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What I'd like you to understand is this. There are 6 strings, and each string actually has a note to it. So let's just start with that. This is an E. This is the lowest string on the guitar. But what you need to understand, even though this is the lowest string on the physical guitar, it is considered the high E. Why? Because it happens to be that this string is also considered an E. But the sound of this particular string is low. So that is what you need to understand. High E, low E. Okay? Once we understand these are the E strings, you have to know that this is a B as in boy, a G as in girl, a D as in do not, as in do not ignore what I'm telling you, and A as in my name, Alan. Now, I'm going to make this even easier for you by explaining that in order to get started and jam, yes, to any song, lead guitar jam in any song, what you really need to understand to start is the 2 strings here are E and E. Now, there are actually 12 bass notes on a guitar. So that is something that you need to understand and know what they are in order based on the fact that these 2 strings are the E string. And I'm going to tell you right now what they are. And this as well, I highly suggest, and I strongly suggest, that you write this down, and before you even start to pluck a string, understand and learn what these particular frets represent as far as notes. So it's like this, okay? E, string. What comes after E is actually what letter? A, B, C, D, E? It's an F, okay? It is an F. Now, not to confuse you, so I'm going to make something clear before I go any further. There are notes that are called either sharps or flats. We're not going to make this too complicated, so when there is a note that has a sharp or a flat, we're just going to call it a sharp. It's like the little tic-tac-toe signal. We all know what that is, okay? Now, not every note has a sharp. Remember, hint, hint, we're not calling it a flat. We're going to call it a sharp, because all we want to do is learn how to play lead to anything in 10 minutes, right? Right. No, I'm sorry, 20 minutes. It's going to take you 20 minutes. Anyway, that being said, you'll notice by the time we get through 12 frets, we will cover 7 notes that have sharps, and those notes will be as followed, going in order: F, okay? It's going to make sense why I'm telling you this very soon. F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. Now guess what? No sharp. We're going to C now. Now we're going to C sharp. We're going to D. We're going to D sharp. And we're going to E. And then we're going to F. Now, let's do this again. F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. What are we up to so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frets. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. We're up to 10 frets. D sharp, E. Now guess what comes after E? F. So we counted 12 frets, and then we get to the 13th fret, and it repeats. And guess what we call that? We call that an octave. So every 12 frets, it's really the same note, except for what happens is we're actually playing in a different octave, but it's the same note. Now, here's a real trick that took me quite a long time to actually understand this. Even though I wrote 40 songs not understanding this concept, songs have, guess what? Keys. Look it up on YouTube if you don't believe me. Songs are written in keys, okay? Usually, to simplify matters, especially with rock and roll, blues music, it's either going to be, for example, remember this? Anybody remember? This is an F. This is an F, okay? Now, I almost hate to confuse people, but a lot of people are familiar with the terms major and minor. Songs are often written, again, not always, but to make things simple, in this particular case, in either F or it's F minor. When you get to F sharp, it can also be F sharp or F sharp minor. Why am I throwing this in there? Because what you need to know to jam to any song and be able to play it is what key a song is in. You could learn to do this in any key by going to jamtracks.com and click off one of 24 different options, and then your computer will popularize itself with various jam tracks all in the particular key that you chose. What you will find to be fascinating is what you know how to do. If you are practicing an F sharp, you pick any of those, and I guarantee you that what I'm about to show you will sound right in any of those songs. The timing, sure, that's different. Timing is something you need to understand. There's beats per minute. There's going a little fast here, right? Or whatever it is, the time might be different. Most songs are written in very, very straight time. Very straight time. And that just means basic 2/4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is any of this starting to make sense? I want a light bulb to go off in your head. Boom. Because When I first learned what I'm about to tell you, I quit right off the bat because I couldn't do anything with it. Teachers didn't have the courtesy to tell me what I'm telling you. You need to understand this. So whatever it is that you are playing and practicing in, you will enjoy it. It'll sound good no matter what it is. So now, let's move to a spot on the neck. This is a guitar neck. Let's go to the 5th fret, because this is where it seems you go over YouTube, you're going to see a lot of teachers for some dumb reason teaching in this particular fret. Let's see if we can figure out what it is without me saying it. F, F sharp, G, G sharp. What comes next? A, as in Allen. Hi. Okay. Okay. So, what I'm going to teach you now, this is another very common term, and not everything in the world of guitar, obviously, is as simple as knowing what I'm about to teach you and being able to just be, may rest in peace, the great Eddie Van Halen. Personal opinion here. Best that ever was. I really thought a lot of Eddie Van Halen. I've done tributes to Eddie myself on my own channel. Anyway, and by the way, I've only been playing lead guitar for about a year. Yeah, during the pandemic, I put in 9-10 hours a day for about 6 months. I had nothing else to do. But, and this is without being told what I'm telling you. I just went all over online and gutted it out and popped up at 4 in the morning when I thought of something. And yeah, I was determined. But anyway, let's get back to the lesson. That's why I'm doing this, because I really want to save some people some trouble. And understand that you can enjoy playing lead guitar, and then you'll want to keep going and build on it. So, okay. This is the 5th fret, this is the 6th fret, this is the 7th fret, this is the 8th fret. We are going to stick, for our example, to 4 frets. So whatever key we're playing in, it's always going to take up 4 frets. This is where you're going to be able to play lead guitar and sound badass freaking cool no matter what. You really will, okay? But for this example, we're going to stick to the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th fret. And this is called, perhaps you've heard this before, but the first position of the minor pentatonic scale. Da-da, the minor pentatonic scale. It's all over. It's the most popular thing that's ever been in the world of guitar, and it's wherever every budding lead guitar player starts. But again, they don't know what to do with it, and it's meaningless unless you apply it to song keys. So when you learn this, you will go to jam tracks and you will start with A or A minor, and whatever I tell you will sound really cool with any track that you pick in A or A minor. And then you're going to get motivated and you're going to be able to start moving it around. Like for instance, if you want to practice an F, well, remember, where was F? It was the 1st fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to do it all there instead of 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's really as simple as that. Again, I'm not oversimplifying the idea of being a real guitar player. You just need to do something to be motivated and realize how cool of an instrument this really is and what you can, do with this thing. So that being said, let's just start. Let's not get complicated. Let's just, what you want to write down in any way you want. You don't have to be official. I want you to make a simple little chart or on a piece of lined paper, like this, lined paper, and just write down. Let me show you here. We do things simple. 4, 5, 6. We'll start, actually, even though it's technically wrong, we're going to start just like here from the top, physically the top, okay? And we're going to go like this. We're going to start, here's the keys, right over here, and we're going to work our way down. 4, 5. It's okay. Give you a breather for a minute. Okay. So we're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're not going to go any further than that. Okay? Take a look at this here, people. Take a look at this. Okay? So what you're going to do is starting on the 5th fret, right on the top, you're going to make a little dot right there and another one on the 8th fret. Okay? Like this and like this. And then, what's that going to sound like? It's going to sound like this. Then, you're going to drop down, let's call it that, in this case, even though technically wrong, we're going to go 5, 7. So let's write that down, and then I'll be happy to show you this when we're done. Now, for brevity purposes, I don't need to go through every one of those, demonstrating and wasting time. So I'm just going to finish these dots, and then you can, on your own, do that. And you'll notice some simple things that makes this even easier. With this finger here, whatever you want to call it, this one here next to the thumb, we won't get technical and give you a name, but you take this finger and it's going to go here, and then on the 8th fret you're going to use your pinky and it's going to go here. So it's like that, okay? You're going to have to practice doing that, you guys. Go like this. Then after you go 5 to 8, excuse me, I said I would show you this. See what I did? 5, 8, then it's 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. Hardly even anything to memorize, okay? If you didn't get that, go over this thing. At 17, whatever it was, write this down, because this is what's going to get you into playing lead guitar, okay? So it's like this, slow. 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8, and then we're going to go backwards, just like this. We're not going to get into technique, how to do anything right, how to do anything. We're just going to, you know, you got to get used to this and try to like move all over and stuff like that. What I just did isn't real complicated, okay? My point is, you can even go if you're playing in the key of A, which you should understand by now, or at least when you watch this like 10 times you will be able to do cool things. As long as your song is in A, you can play this to any song in A and just start moving around. Do it to the music. Just play the scale to the music. I'm not doing anything tricky here, folks. Sure, there's a lot of tricks to work this thing. I mean, let's face it. And there's also, of course, other positions in this that you're going to have to eventually know if you want to really learn to play the thing. But right now, we're just going to play around in here. You can play around here all day long. There's a lot of people that can play the living shit out of guitar and they can't go anywhere but here. Yes, a year. And I'm not really showing you anything. This is something I learned to do within probably a month. You get your fingers, you get your memory in this and embed this a little bit. We're almost done the lesson, people. 20 minutes, is that what I said? That was a good call, huh? Now, if you're lucky enough to see this video somehow, I don't know how, because on my YouTube channel, I have no idea how to get this out there. But you never know. And if I see that people are watching this, and they comment, they want to go to the next level in this simple fashion, I will be happy to keep going with this. No charge, no anything. Just to save everybody the freaking time and realize what they can get out of guitar, okay? If you're watching this, and if I unfortunately was unclear, didn't include everything, say so in there. Alan Dasher channel. And the only reason I have a channel is because there was actually a site that I used to upload videos to. No, I lied. Years ago, I did make my own material. I didn't play guitar in it, but I do sing and I do write music, and my songs are on there as well. So if you look at my guitar, there's a couple that people really like, even though I never made it in music. Well, that's the way it goes. But here we are, trying to be a guitar player and really enjoying it. So anyway, folks, that's it. I'm going to upload this, and if anybody sees it, great, really. I'm really glad to help, and I'm telling you, I can teach you people how to play guitar. I really could, and I want to. So thanks a lot, all right, man? Cool. Later.